lastly, I want to address laziness. All right. So 3 years ago, it wasn't quite 3 years ago. It was January in 2020. It was right before COVID, really tore apart our country. I was dead broke. I was in between jobs. I was looking for a new opportunity, and I came across like Robinhood and everything else, and was like, oh, I can trade like currencies on here and cryptocurrencies, and like I had already had like a Fidelity account. I already had all that other shit in the past that I traded on. But I downloaded a Robinhood app because it told me about, like cryptos that I could purchase. And I was like, oh, this is cool. So I started buying into Dogecoin when it was like 0.0002 cents per share. Sound familiar? And I started loading a lot of my money into there. And unfortunately, before the rip, I sold out. I had like $5,000 into it. I was like, yeah, this just seems like a stable place just to keep my money, like baking. Now, a couple different things about that. At that point in time, I got into Robinhood, and I actually started buying some of my AMC with Robinhood. It got to a point where I heard enough bullshit about Robinhood and how, there's a good likelihood that they go solvent if GME or AMC broke out and really like blew up their whole business. So it would be wise for me to switch brokerages. At that point in time, everybody was talking about that. You got to get out of that brokerage. You got to get into a new brokerage and get it done. So I immediately did that. All right. I didn't wait. Just like I didn't wait when I was dead broke in 2020 to find an opportunity to make money. Here I am a few years later. I'm sitting on a couple $100,000 right now, and I'm doing much better than I did. I've had a couple flips. I've lost a couple bucks. I've had ups and I've had downs. At that point in time, I actually came up on Gush, Gush. It's an ETF, Direxion. It's oil explorations, and I went up like 500, 600%. And depending on which shares it was that I sold, I held on to a little bit of them. I actually had a little bit of them until it ran up to like 170 bucks. But I got in at about like $18 a piece. All right. So with all that being said, I took that opportunity and I was buying and using Robinhood, and then it came to the point where I had to switch out of that brokerage. It was the only wise thing for me to do. Now, a lot of people did it. It took my sister, who was also in Robinhood and buying her AMC, 11 months to do so. 11. All right. So some people just can't get the wheels in action and get them going. It also reminds me of my friend who found $100 today, and he doesn't really have much together right now. And the first thing that he did with that $100 was he went and bought a pack of smokes. At that point in time, when I was broke and I didn't have shit, I wanted to find a way to try to compound my money no matter what and find a better opportunity for myself. Now, some of you will say, hey, listen, I'm not smart enough in the market. I don't know if I'll make wise decisions, this and that. If you're watching this video, there's a good likelihood that you're a grown-up. And it's time to start figuring out how to do that shit for yourself. Wouldn't you think so? All right, so start putting the wheels in motion, because you have a lot of options in life, a ton of them. All right, but you're not going to be able to execute any of them if you don't start teaching yourself the important things. You can watch little videos and think that you're going to get all the answers, but the reason why a lot of you guys are in AMC is because you could just dump your money there and you're going to become rich from it. Do you think anything's that fucking easy? I mean, even the roller coaster that they told you about that it would be going up, that wasn't going to be easy either. You see, you didn't think these things out before you got into that play. Maybe you could have gotten into another couple other plays. Like, for example, I got into Sundial when it was before the reverse split at like 23 cents, and I sold it at 88. That was a 400% come up. So these are just little things that I want you to be fully aware of. You can do these things. It's not impossible. All right. But it's time for you, and you have been watching this market long enough with just this play. I'm sure you've opened up your apps and your accounts, and you've looked at other plays in the market, and you're like, oh, I could have made money there. I could have made money there. But you're the same asshole posting on this fucking post saying, oh, I'll just hold on to GME or AMC forever. That doesn't work like that. So get the lazy bones out of you. Start getting in motion. Start doing the things that you need to do as an adult to become a better person. Learn some new things. Read a couple more articles. Do a little due diligence. I mean, everybody claims that they do due diligence in my posts, and they say, and they try to trade me to pieces. Just wanted to put that out there. Later, y'all.